Dolly, why you being hiding at? I really want to know what's going on here. Who are these people sending me these messages? Oh my goodness. Adam Dolly. Some of you guys, as we just go along, before I forget this thought, I asked someone, I say, you've been on the Executive Mansion website or Facebook page. I say, did they tell you why President Weah is going to the UAE? He said no. I said, but then don't make noise with me and don't make me upset. First of all, let me apologize. I just left the gym. As you can see, I said, no, I will not go in the shower. I'll stay right here and talk because people have been waiting. So, I say, your president going to UAE. What the reason they gave you? He say he's expected to meet with officials and business people and what have you. I say, is it a state visit? It's like, oh, Fahngon, that one. Why? You know, I will come back to Mike McCarthy, the ambassador accredited to Liberia. All we know is that President Weah is coming to the States. What's the purpose of the meeting? Again, to meet with officials, investors, and business people. So that's it, right? That's it. When the people sit in the diaspora and they've gone to school here, they know when Biden travels or when Justin Trudeau travels or when the new British Prime Minister travels, they are informed. They are told, oh, he's going to meet so and so person, and on the I want to just say he's going to meet. From there, you will see investor. Then you come back. And the reason why I'm raising this issue to you so early, I don't want it to be part of the podcast. Just share the video. Is to throw you to the point where you get to understand that the destiny of your country is in your hand. I will hit on that later. Okay? The advance team came way last week. In fact, week before the last some of them started arriving. The other group went to UAE. So everybody moving around come to ask me, Fahngon, what do you think about the president's visit to the US? What do you want me to think? Who he come here to? What he come here to do? What should the people expect? That secret? Come on. Nobody's stupid, yeah? So now, when Mr. Ambassador here, the Liberian people saying, especially when the seditions then say, oh, he was invited to the CIA headquarters. Then you say, oh, they want to discredit institutions. It's the same CDC people that can come up and say the CIA invited President George Weah. The CIA. So then the other people pick it up and say, no way, CIA cannot invite him. They start to argue that he go into the CIA headquarters so he can go see all the corruption. They're going to show it to him. Everything that happened, they're going to present it to him. He said, you're ashamed of the people? Why are you ashamed of them? Why? We just warming up. The government, everybody in Liberia knew that President Weah was coming to America. All of a sudden now, to come to America, President Weah need to go to the same UAE. During the World Cup, President Weah stayed out of the country for how long? 6 weeks? More. 48 to 50 days he was out of the country. He left from the same UAE and Qatar to come to America. After that trip, the UAE people came to Liberia just quite, I think, last month or so. The foreign minister of some big delegate. And they dedicated the Bapolu Hospital. So why are you going there now? What carry you there? Before coming to America. And then America, you coming to who you coming to meet? That's not our business. That your private money you spending. You coming on your own vacation. You coming on your own vacation. That your own money is spending. Why are you coming to America? We don't deserve to know. That secret. So then, people in the diaspora who have gone to school, they learn. They go ask questions. You say you're ashamed of them. It's despicable. But I will deal with that segment later on in the program. I just try to run that by you. So you don't say, oh, if I'm going to wait a thing looking, so and so, because why the three political double agents strategy for Weah failed is why I'm here. And JB is not poised to become the next president of the Republic of Liberia. So we have to lecture in a way that we prove it. Okay? Now, as I said, we'll come to that aspect. So let's start the discussion. I'm no stranger. I was on the team. You can't argue with me. I was on the team. Therefore, you cannot argue with me. Hold on, let me set this thing. Good. Very good. And the reason why I say let me set it, so that the people who cause you can be blocked without even warning. Now, When I was on the team, and I was in Liberia, I arrived in Liberia February 13, 14. Yeah, around there. The first double agent I will speak of knows himself. I was invited by the president the next day to have breakfast. If you think I'm lying, take your pen, write it down, and attack me on the issue. Me and like causing business. I still remember that morning breakfast was yam, edo, cassava with gravy. Mr. President came in. I brought the food to the table. Mr. President came from in his room. What was the name he gave me? He said, the general. Fahngon, you are a man. He sat down. I greeted him, show my respect, introduced him to my then wife. So both of us were there. While we were eating, I saw double agent number 1 walk in. Somebody had come and said, oh, I will not call him until I hit my spot. Oh, Mr. X here, oh, he been standing outside there, and you know, this is that. So he said, oh, tell him to come inside. When he came in, I recognized him. America's scent was still on me. Share the video, please. The American scent, the American facial, everything was still on me. He came out recognizing. He looked at me for a long time and said, ah! He said, man, that's the moment. So I said, well, man, how you doing? He said, good. So the chief said, but you met, oh, if you eating the small one, I said, no, chief, wait, the thing I came here for, let me talk it. This double agent went down on her knees. You know when you're sitting in these living room chairs, you do your hand like this, the fat living room chair. He went down on his knees beside her. This is not, I'm giving you something that actually happened in my face. So he goes down. If you see, I told you I come for training, right? So no worship or anything. Take me as I am. You don't like it, call your phone off. So, at that stage, he got down on his knees. He said, Chief, I'm not refusing to pay. I beg you, Papa. Talk to your people. Small, I promise you. You don't put me in jail. I heard those words from him. And the response from Mr. President was, listen, if you owe me, you know how you can talk, if you owe me, and I put you in jail, how will I get the money? But if I leave you outside, be collecting it small, I leave you pay it small, we can do something with it. But again, you will sit down there, when they let you go, you will say you're not paying again, you will be playing all kind of things. When they catch you again, you will come back. It's, you know, I swear, I will pay. I swear, I will pay. And he did feel that they said, Fahngon, it made no sense. You put them in jail now, that the same thing I told the other people, all the other people are key. I told them the same thing. In between, I told them the same thing. If I put them in jail, they will not pay the money. But I leave them outside, they be paying. When they refuse to pay now, they will put them in jail. And I said, hey, this all, I will say you go to Maggie, and tell them, you're a rich man. Achibore, you're going to be a rich man. I made a rich man, I made paper. How much you be paying? You be paying it. I just telling you, if you not pay, it will bring problem. And me, I don't want problem. I want problem, so you pay the poor money. You can't sit down, whole country money, just take it. You alone, almost 7 million. You alone. Thank you, man. You try, you pay the money. I pay the money. Okay. He said, I swear he woke up. When I sat in the chair, was there. We continue our lecture. Then he said, Chi, let me go so I can start putting something together quick. I said, yeah, go meet with the poor, and then call the poor. Left on there. Double agent number 1. I didn't see him again. Because it was like I walked in the middle of a battle. And I was to start fighting the moment I was confirmed. So if you follow Liberian politics and you follow me carefully, you will notice when I arrived in the country in February, I did not get confirmed until way March. I walked into the battle hoping that we were going to do this thing quick, so then I could start pushing back against negative government propaganda. But no. The opposition in the Senate at the time were tough. And they decided not to confirm me. Because they knew what was coming. So when they finally confirmed me in March, I had to jump straight into battle. It was not until around 2020 that we realized that the opposition had gained grounds, political territorial grounds on the government. Mainly in the areas of corruption, crime, rape. Those were areas. Coupled with the fact that salary payments were delayed. So right there, one day, sitting in the midst of people, the issue came out about double agent number 1. The reason why I say so, I call him double agent number 1, is because he's the senior double agent. The topic came up, they said they should catch him, and they should lock him up. This order was given to Serena Cephas. You see me stretch my arm? I was there. What happened? Why ain't happy? Serena Cephas came by the next day. He said the man agreed to do something, the man doing something, the man doing something, they're doing something. Ah! So they sent for your man came. Then the man said, nah, your man running behind him. Oh, but then they say, go there. For the time he joined that group, that party, no more money Bene Kimo again. Because he was to do what he was told to do, act the way he was supposed to act, gave information back in a timely manner, or else that money Bene will come again. If you understand what I'm saying, the smart people here will understand what I'm saying. As a result of that, he did not want to pay this money back. Not that he couldn't afford it. Not that he couldn't afford it. I remember one time, it was James Daly, LBDR, Justice Minister Frank Musadi, Archie Bernard, myself at Justice Ministry, and they sent for him, the double agent, on the money business. Double agent was supposed to convert some of that money to fuel. At the time, we were faced with problem with electricity business. And according the fuel he sent to represent the amount for the check he cut, the check bounced. Alarm blew. They sent for him. If I tell you something, you will look at me. Right after he left from there, the government issue was discussed there relative to that money. No party issue was discussed over there. It was about the actual payment. But when he left from there, they called him on the other side. And they cautioned him he was not working. So, double agent number 1 will inform us that Alexander Cummings was behind the American sanctions. He had lobbyists. He had massive support from the United States. Okay. One of the first person they went after was Eugene Fahngon. The strategy was to take me from the middle. That means they will cripple the government information network if they can get me out. So, how do you get me out? Was to tell a simple, stupid lie on me. A simple, stupid lie on me. In America, they talk about race. They talk about slavery. Who the hell in Liberia, or even in the United States, I don't care who it is, who can look at me and say, don't talk about Congo and country people business? That is our damn history. Even every election that takes place in America, race becomes an issue. Slavery becomes an issue. Oh, they were crying on Fahngon. For me, I didn't even mind them. I paid them no mind. But they pushed that line to cripple the government. And this double agent kept telling us they're going after Fahngon. They are the ones behind the sanction. And soon, it became known within the administration that Cummins had powerful American connections. It was no secret again. So, top members of the administration decided, and most of them will come. So, how we manage your thing? So ideas started coming. Ideas came that the men that were most likely defeat, CDC will be Cummins. And they came to the conclusion that Cummins will defeat the CDC because of his American connection. Anybody who America won, that the person will come. That debate came up. I told my colleagues, I said, my compatriots and partisans, I said, you guys are wrong. But you know, in any room when you're outnumbered and they're more than you, forget it. You can't do nothing to convince people. I tried to give them the reason why they wouldn't even listen. And I told them, I said, listen carefully. The Americans favor Ellen Johnson Sirleaf over Charles Taylor. What happened? Charles Taylor flogged Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The Americans had to intervene to remove Charles Taylor. And then they brought the American influence using Bill Clinton to say, and I quote, the popular footballer king, and she beat him like a market dog. Kolo for that tape. I said, so the fact that this is a situation with Cummins does not mean, Cummins can win. So you guys stop. No, the man. Waka easy to beat. Forget about it. Our man and tell that the man. Oh, Twe can be doing a hand, they can be shaky. I said, Twe. It will be easier for me to win the presidency than it will be for Cummins to win the presidency. I said, you don't understand Liberian people. The more the United States push a person without doing what they're supposed to do, there is rejection. Forget about Cummins. They said no. So what was the plan? The plan was to use double agent number 1, double agent number 2, double agent number 3 to spark a rivalry within the CPP. Once that rivalry began, our CDC will finance double agent 2 and double agent 3. They will not get double agent 1 nothing because he already got money. And he owed millions. But 2 and 3 will start collecting their money and start working. No sooner had they done that, the battle in the CPP will ensue. But no one anticipated that they will flog us by-way in that by-election. The special election first, they flog us. That one, nobody. The by-election came, they flog us. Then that was the place it became serious. We retreated to the war room. So now, we need a double agent 2 and double agent 3. Double agent 1 and double agent 3 are from the same political party. Double agent 2 was from another party. Not a well-known party. So we incorporated them. They came. Start dropping in the lady. They will give information. They will say the strategy. They will come up with whatever, and at the same time, they will go in pretending to be fighting for leadership with their leaders. But actually, they were not fighting for leadership with their leaders. They were executing orders that were given to them. Kumiza did not understand what was going on. All Kumis thought that lobbying with the American firms to bring about the sanction would have crippled the government and given him advantage. That was the whole deal. To do this, McGill was using WOZI for media relations. Newspaper, radio, wow, that was McGill, one of media men right there. McGill would use the plebeian leader, that code, to handle security matters. McGill will use Fahngon to handle media information and propaganda. McGill will use Abdul Kromah to handle administration and documentation. And McGill stood as the head of that group. So, to do that, the first man the insiders used was WOZI. They took out WOZI. The second one, well, after they done with WOZI, they took out the plebeian leader. After that, they came for me, they whipped me. Then they went for Kromah, Abdul Kromah, the weapon. Then McGill said, the weapon. Hoping that the government will implode. Yes, the information of the government and crumble. The government imploded. But what led to the failed strategy is because the double agents broke up the CDC and the CPP. They were successful. They carried out the mission and they broke it apart. The mission was complete. The problem there is there was no strategy to deal with the fragmented pieces of that CPP puzzle. They broke it up, yes. But after you break it up, what do you do? There was no strategy. There was no strategy. So, the next thing that happened, the very double agents attach themselves to the places they send them to work. Allah. They attach themselves because none of them were from the CDC. So they had to be forced to stay where they were, continue to work. As the CBP crumbled, the question then became, what will be the CDC next move? One would have expected that after the CPP crumbled, the CDC would have abandoned the strategy to go after Cummings, whom they felt was a much more formidable candidate than JMB. I am confessing this to you today. They fell in and said that if JMB comes, it's easier to beat. But Cummings, with the American support, the money will be difficult to beat. So, they went towards Plan B. Plan B now was to drag him. Because the moment I think him about fingering, it didn't take long, all the other people were gone, right? But they dragged him for 9 months, making sure he could not establish party headquarters, do anything. He was berated. He was habala. Those of you who want to be my witness, you'll be my witness. I was right in America. I said, it's not a case, it's a cartoon. And I told the government, this will hurt you. So as they went after Cummings, American connections went after them. Yeah, I get one papa, he can say, oh yeah. When he hears something that is true, he can say, oh yeah. And when Cummings' American connection went after them, it crippled the government. Now the government had to work now to resurrect herself. So for the last 2 years, you saw what you saw. The battle ensued. Liberians then crave for the CPP to come back together. But Cummings allowed his personal feelings to live beyond his political pursuit. He felt hurt. He wouldn't do this, he wouldn't do that. He vexed with this, he vexed with that. Those were the double agents, my friend. One cursing until he couldn't cry no more. The other one, John, double agent, want to endorse him. But the same men that endorse him, that the same men were riding in the president's car. The guy can say Fahngon, I swear. You're sorry. You're sorry, I just gotta tell you the truth. All along, they go into Nima. They carry the party there. They're holding the convention. The men were operating. Only for double agent 3, having endorsed Cummings. These people, I swear. Having endorsed Cummings, will return from Monrovia as a, how should I call it now? A party ambassador and propagandist. Call the other men and do what they have to do. They left Cummings in the cold. All the people that Cummins brought on, you can clearly see now that they're hanging. Was the strategy a successful one? No. Just as I warned them, it failed. It failed. Because now, clearly JMB is on his way to the mansion. He's on his way to the mansion. The strategy to remove Cummins because they thought Cummins was the most formidable one has failed. They spend most of their time, their energy, and their monies to bring Cummins down. And Cummins spent his time, his money, and his energy to bring them down. They both brought each other down. So then what happened? JB now, during all of their battles, will go on to build an alliance outside of the battlefront with the MDR, Vote, Liberty Party, ALP. Where the other one there? LPP, whatever. He was building his alliances little by little by little. He did not run too much for the leadership. He ran to those who got control of the various parties. Yeah, there today, the CDC does not have a coalition. They are trying to resolve an issue that will prove pay to play. LPDP is not with the coalition. NPP is not with the coalition. UPP, as seen yesterday, is not with the coalition. Almost everybody cutting in like elephant meat. Because over the last 6 years, 3 things happened. Number 1, it became a southeastern government. Which opened people eyeball. They say, President, Southeast. Pro Tem, Southeast. Speaker, Southeast. Deputy Speaker, Southeast. Chief Justice, Southeast. Freeport, Southeast. LRA, Southeast. Maritime, Southeast. Finance Ministry, Southeast. Central Bank, Southeast. I tell you for Southeast can stick in my throat. People say, oh, we see. But when you talk to the point of Southeast, they say, the foolish one will show them. All the roads in the Southeast are damaged. Nothing good happened there over the last 6 years. So, that was the first thing. The second thing that happened, Ellen Johnson's whole project was $500 million. She was paying people $250. Rima Abo, $250. Weah on the government, that's $780 million. 200 plus, almost 300 million more than Ellen on a budget. Then he paying people $45. That was the second thing that happened. The third thing that happened, all the people that's supposed to help President Weah. When I say help, I'm talking about one man can run campaign. So let's get some example. How many partisans you think less than my minister can engage Weah? Nothing. How many partisans or voters you think agriculture minister can get your Weah? Don't worry, I'll wait. How many voters you think Samuel Wulu Transport Ministry? Somebody say call me. Okay. How many voters you think Gaslot Murray, Mines and Energy can get your Weah? How many voters you think what is Jasmine, Agriculture Minister Jenny Cooper can get your Weah? Don't worry, I'll wait. How many voters you think Samuel Wulu Transport Ministry can get your Weah? Don't worry, I'll wait. How many voters you think Serita Piso Gender Ministry can get your Weah? Don't worry, I'll wait. How many persons Dix, Mawani Dix, Commerce Ministry can get your Weah? Don't worry, I'll wait. So you see, when he did all his yaba, he forgot about the seditions that gave him the power. He forgot. So they went back in the corners. We're talking about the Toga Gewie Macintosh there, the Nathaniel Barnes there, the Siri Allen there, the Bezonga Finlay there, when you see me doing my hand at people who can get you vote. The Louis Brown there, the Daniel Chair there, the Prince Johnson there, the Jeremiah Kuhn there, all the people that are capable of giving you votes. Where are they? They're all gone. So, ministers, deputy ministers, assistant ministers, directors, director generals, commissioner generals, all those people in their families, when they come outside and say you get voters, you don't have voters. The alliance that's been built by Joseph Juma Boakai, while you were fighting, has sent two messages that you can never defeat. You can't. The first message is that the country for all of us. Therefore, all of us capable of working. You can't continue to tell your kinsmen and make them all the big people. Then you tell one picking, you make him form a de facto army and be running behind everybody. It can't happen. So what am I hearing? If I miss one, I'm not perfect. If I miss two, I'm not perfect. But I can guarantee you, it will not be more than two that I will miss. So JMP have built a consensus that loafer will be represented on the ticket. I'll go spy in people going on their accounts, I tell you. And I tell you, anything you can buy, not true. Nima Kante will deputize or Paso or Pong or the three. But from my vantage point and my board I'm looking at, I'm looking at my board, I'm looking at everything. I predict and I project. I predict and I project. Lofa will follow JMB. Nima will follow Jeremiah Kuhn. Magibi, Paso, and River says will jump behind Charlie Bromsky Nyomli Kanga the leader, and Gbazonga Finley the man. Bon Kante will follow Henry Toba and Prince Moïse. Now, from my spying glass, you don't call me, you're quite to be begging me. Every day you're begging me, my man, slow down, I'm slowing down. From my vantage point, there is absolutely no way Weah will beat JMB in Lofa. That I know. And JMB wife is from Bomi. Now, Bapolu did not vote for George Weah. So Lofa and Bapolu is gone already because Amarakone is in Bapolu. Amarakone is from the United Party. He supported Weah. Weah threw him in the bush. So he has returned to his party. So Bapolu is going with Lofa. When you reach Bomi, there are 3 persons in Bomi that Weah will not make away. Who are the 3 persons? Bomi will not give their daughter to, will lead their daughter and run behind Weah. You're not happy. I gave you all the reason. Dazo Johnson, Alex Tyler refused to sign. Those 3 people will seize control of Bomi. Snake that snake, code that code. Edwin Snow will go back to a United Party. Finish. Take it to the bank. Cape Man, Vanny Sherman, and in fact, Cape Man, I'm going to talk about them. They get them poison water. That one, they fed them with cyanide. Nothing came out of it. Now, when you look at Bapolu, Bomi, and Cape Man, it was the money and the iron ores that were stolen, and the people taking it every day. So leave it. Leave it. So, that part of the country is gone. We can't bomb. Dr. Henry Topa, Prince Moïse, Henry Yala, Jamal Slonter, and all the representatives in there, the traditional people have told them, they made it clear to Joel, don't come out here again. Show us what you have done in the county to not come out here again. So, that's Lofa, Bapolu, Cape Man, Bomi, and Bon, Ekon. Go to Nimba. That fund they making Nimba Kwado. You heard them, they say, hey, we don't do political thing. Don't bring our nose here. But it was the Nimba people 7.5 million that they did not give. That the player debate will be air. They feel that they get only the 1.5 they pay for this year. That it again. But all the other years they've been paying. Member people will not even get in face. So don't mind. They were eating right now. They were eating. They get tired. They were eating. Nimba gone. So Bon, Nimba, Lofa, Bapolu, Cape Man, Bomi. We can't Nyomli them under error. Nyomli leading the charge. Grand Basso, Magibi, and River says. Magibi, 2 senators. They gone. They finish. Atanapo and Imaiwa Nukwe. The Bazapo are there. The Pelapo are there. And the same thing with Bon. Ain't nothing gonna change. You go to Basa, you meet in Nyomli Kanga, you meet in Jonathan Kaipe, you meet in Bazonga, you meet in Charlie. You getting nothing from there, just leave it. You go to River Says, You will meet Wellington G. Von Smith, and you will meet Francis Pay, opposition senators then. They already get a county already. They are wasting their time. So now, let's check the counties gone. Lofa, Papolu, Kepma, Pomi, Pong, Nimba. River says, Paso, Magibi, that 10. What are the other 5 counties then I will mean now? Here and here. I put Mosolado there because you already know who get Mosolado. I don't have to talk. Grand Chile. Chowell will win there, but the battle will be intense. Because he and Zopino ain't get it. I don't want to tell you. He and Zopino ain't get it. And the man you don't want to mess with is my man, ELFahngon Queen. Nobody even knew that ELFahngon knew what Queen. ELFahngon, you carry your microphone to a mouth. When I tell you something, y'all want to joke with it, then y'all go ask the people who need it are calling. He came to my gate, get a main still. I don't want her to go outside to bring him inside. Stay nowhere to for the because what? So open on my own brother. I know what's open on to me. He went against Iran and said anything you're doing about fire. Then listen to me. So you carry your microphone to so open on mouth. Say Fahngon told you man to your face. In your workout that day, that the thing you do. He begged you. I don't want to say what he said to me. But you carry your microphone to his mouth. I suffer in the point here. I suffer in the CDC people here. I suffer. You be telling them something that will never listen to you. But you carry the microphone to so open on more. Just say, Fahngon say he will not tell us what you said about your children. But just tell us, you and him had a conversation. So, he and Madison Guyana with some grandchildren will be on one side. I said, Weah will not win. But he will not win the 2017. He will not win like 2017. Because shit he do in grandchildren, you excuse me. You all know I don't reach the level. Says yes, shit he do in grandchildren. People pay the cause Zulu Whiskey. When Zopino went to talk, they insulted Zopino. In fact, Piso Senator said, we're gonna vote, we're gonna political leader you are. You got no vote for Iwa to build in one kind and say vote. Really? That's Zopino you're talking to. Crunchy that thing, crunchy that business. So now, you put Zopino and Iwa Smith in the same boat. Y'all go there. Y'all pull out with them. I say y'all will not win. I say y'all will not win. Rebel G. The thing that will happen over there, I won't go on no. Rebel G people and CDC people ain't get to. That fella, you know, and her old girl, Finabolo. Nothing. You will see with your elbow. As for Maryland, that Cummins and James Barney, when they eat their own, what did Joel will get there? You can't go with Blabo Brown in that setting. They put that waiting. What do you get there? Nothing. Grand Coup, you will win. But again, they will cut you there. How? Because the poor in Grand Coup say they have not seen anything real. Sano, I can tell you, President Weah will win in Sano, but not by a wild margin. Because of who? Amoche is there, he's a sedition. But, at the same play, or where he need from? Funatikofa. Now, from what I'm hearing in the corridors of power. You see how the Papa got sense? The Papa from where Lofa, he track it on the other side. And what I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true. He picked up Jeremiah Kuhn. He jumped down all the way to Pastor, right on the beach. He said, normally you will be the protein. He said, Prince Moïse, you will be the chairman or executive. He said, CDC people are my people, but I will take a smart one. From Sano, for Nati Kofa, so long he in the horse, we're propping up. And that's the thing I'm giving you. Now why I hear you? The gossip part and bringing it to me. Now, Pomi, Kevman, and Bapolu, they said they must get ready. They will either be speaker or deputy speaker. Sano Kante will either be speaker or deputy speaker. So it's between those two people there on that side. Now why I hear you? Now why I hear you? Now, Justice Ministry, Solicitor General, Justice Ministry Solicitor General, which means Attorney General and Solicitor General are two titles. I hear between three people, and from day one, when they made this speaking, the men were appointed. So all the orange jumpsuit, then they can press it right away. I hear three people need. Three people, I won't even call any. Three people, and when I say ha, I won't even say ha, he said. Hey! But now when I call it people need why I hear three people need that will take care of the broad justice system. And the thing I hear, if that's true, some of y'all go say now, I hear Kofi Woods, Tiawon Gonglo, Arthur Johnson. Hiya! Tiawon Gonglo, Kofi Woods, Arthur Johnson. I three me I hear you. People can me go to jail. Thank God me I'm friendly with all three of them. And I work with all three of them. No, I work with Kofi Woods. But the other two parties know me. I'm straight like arrow and fair like fair play. They know me. I want in the government side they work with me. They said, if everybody was you in the government will be straight. And you go to Arthur Johnson will tell you about Fahngon right now. You go to Tiawon Gonglo, you say that the first man in the government I saw fierce for justice. On the Choma Jala. Not Choma Jala, Choma from Kari. You carry your microphone, me I will challenge you. Carry the microphone to them. If those three people will play Attorney General, Solicitor General, or Justice Minister or anything, that were clean. The orange Johnson will be packed neatly. All three of them can joke. They say, Papa JMB, if you telling them, say, you're Tisa. You will handle the justice era. So help is on the way. After the Papa going to say, no, the Papa said, no. They got good sedition. The Papa said they got good sedition. The deputy speaker for Nati Kofa, the people in the house that say the man will either be deputy or he'll be speaker. That he will either be speaker or he'll be deputy speaker. They put a say in the house. They let him in. Even Yakene, everybody, you go ask and they will say, we let him in. So he will either be the new speaker or he'll be the deputy speaker, one of the two. But the other Western candidate will get it. Either number 2 or number 1 spot. So typically, you can't enter Monserrato. Yeah? You not ever see CDC win Monserrato. Yeah, when they say CDC play around Monserrato, they can't do it. The amount of radio station where they with the president talking is too much. It's too much. I said the messages and that come and post it. My man job then you dividing already. You not getting also like pray grandma come out. My put me are here in the gossip. Also myself for nothing for grandpa. I'm making mistake, but you can see I wearing glasses. When I take it, I can see. I wearing glasses, the thing far from me. What's the difference between grandpa and Sano? And I see Boda era. The map far from me, the retina small. Okay, thank you for the correction. So, at the end of the day, here's the trouble. They put in say, my man, you divine the joy, you forget what. Now, me, that God said by y'all take your time. I gave you the cheese. I gave you the cheese. Look, I gave you the cheese. David Johnson said, start talking all the things. Wow, too. Now, the real thing the man want to now, he say he playing American team. Y'all look at me and look at me good in my eyes. And remember what I'm telling you. Providence Island must be kept for your children. As serious now, you see me and stretch my eye. Frog Island on 12th Street must be kept for your children. Monkey Island in Marshall must be kept for your children. What 3 island I told you? That boy coming here to can't talk about Monkey Island. I'm blowing the alarm now. Monkey Island, Frog Island, Providence Island. Now what no place? Now they see what talk coming. Everybody say, the ambassador said, the action is despicable. He ashamed of us. And y'all know how I responded to him? I stated the ambassador was wrong. He was very, very wrong. And I make no sympathy towards my statement. Anything they want can check in my closet, can come and carry me to jail, I'm straightforward. The ambassador sat down right there. And a memorandum of understanding cannot supersede an agreement. He's educated. He did not say anything. They were 14 million and waiting for the U.S. government to give them 20 million. He did not say anything. Nima can't take people money. They've been eating it from day one. 7.5 million. He did not say anything. Bami Kante, Bapolu, and kept my money. They ate it. He did not say anything. He sat down right there and watched the people divide you say money. They divided it a second time. That was when he spoke. He witnessed the burning of $100 million worth of hard drugs. Up to today, we don't know what became of the case. Another $40 million worth of hard drugs. Up to today, we don't know what became of the case. On top of it, to make matters worse, we saw a cache of weapons. U.S. investigators came. We still have not heard him. He said he is ashamed of us. We will not say we are ashamed of him. But we used to come for weekend in the United States with Panam. We had Lamco in Nimba, born in Bombay, NRC in Cape Man. Today, Sierra Leone, Guinea, Ivory Coast have surpassed us. How you think we can feel? How you think we feel when they're laughing at us? Knowing fully well that our Father is the greatest in the whole world, but yet we are the least. How you think we feel? You think we feel okay? Yet every day he wants to tell us they gave us millions of dollars. We can't see it. We only hear about it, but we never see it, we never feel it. How you think we feel? The government is supposed to inform us by law. They don't. And we go talk. You say you ashamed of us? Really? He was wrong. He is wrong. And he will always be wrong. He sat down there. and saw all these things happen. By law, Article 39. Here it is, right here. We don't want to say. Here is Article 39. Where is it? Right here. That article says, the legislature shall cause a census of the republic to be undertaken every 10 years. This man violated the law. What did he say? When we can't talk about it, you say you ashamed of us? Instead of being ashamed of the man who broke the law? We passed a law, 33 million for elections. Up to today, Finance Minister Impo fastened there. Then you say we want to discredit institutions. The census have been held. We cannot get results. You say you're ashamed of us and that our action is despicable. You are wrong. You are wrong because the highest percentage of contraceptive was given to the people in the Southeast. Teenage pregnancy in the Southeast reduced by 40%. And the Liberian Demographic Health Survey proved it. The Swedish ambassador posted it. But this man tell us say, those people born more children than anywhere in the country. We go talk about it. You say you're ashamed of us and that our action is despicable in the diaspora or in the United States. Why it's true, I must be honest, that you said some people. What did you say about the government? Who is refusing to honor our rights as it is in this constitution. They refuse. They refuse. Article 15. You look at how you tell about First Amendment in America. Did you read Article 15, Mr. Ambassador? Everything in the First Amendment is in Article 15. A, B, C, D, and E. Plus more. You know the difference, Mr. Ambassador? That people can exercise the First Amendment right here. And you protect them. But if the same people exercise that right, you will watch them being killed at night and you will say nothing. You will say nothing. That's the difference. That law works in America. The same law is in Liberia, Article 15. But it does not work. Because we'll be executed and you will say nothing. So you were wrong. And you hurt a lot of Liberian feelings. Not because of what you said, but because you were partial. You said nothing to the government. But you beat on the poor people. For no reason. We have pointed those things. What did you say to the government? You said nothing. Nothing you said to the government, Mr. Ambassador. And now we pointed it and we challenge you. They failed to inform the people. And then you say you're ashamed of the people. How do you think we feel? You gave us JFK. It's over 50-something years old. Every day we hear about this huge amount of money coming in from the United States. But what do you show for us? What do you show? Let's be candid. Let's be honest. But if you talk about the Chinese, the most modern hospitals we have in the country is not from the US. Mr. Ambassador, did not come from America. But you know what? America has spent more money on healthcare than the people who gave us the two modern hospitals. The Chinese built the Jackson F. Doe Hospital in Tapeta. The Arabs built the second most modern hospital in Bapolu, Emory Hospital. The Germans just built the other one in Riverses. What have you built? You say you're ashamed of us? These are the things we talk about to get you to reflect. The Chinese, the Arab, the Germans have built health facilities. But you keep telling us you gave monies. What do we see? Can't you see? Then you say you're ashamed of us? You gave us an airport during World War II. Joseph Jenkins Roberts Airport. We call it Roberts International Airport. Today, the airport now we look at was built by the Chinese. You say you're ashamed of us? You help us construct 2 or 3 ministries. In the early days of our democracy. Today, the modern Capitol building was built by the Chinese. And the 6 modern ministries we have in the country was built again by the Chinese. You say you're ashamed of us? You ashamed of us. But when we're looking for airport, Chinese. Hospital, Chinese or Arab. Ministry, Chinese. Capitol building, Chinese. You say you're ashamed of us? You think we're proud of that? Yet you say you are our dad? You are the greatest country on the surface of the earth. But your child is the poorest in the world. Who should be ashamed? You the daddy or me the child? We will fear nothing anymore. We will not be the least in Africa. Not as long as America exists. As long as America exists, we will see our greatness soon. And some of you who go there as ambassador will straighten up. No one is a threat. We are tired. Very tired. And that is why October 10, yes, they built the NSA headquarters at the cost of 1.2 million because it's in America's national security interests. When will you look at our interest? No food. But 6 or 8 million can feed our whole country if we invest in mechanized farming. Have you done that for us? We're still hungry. Chinese and Arabs building hospitals for us. You keep telling us you gave him money. Who are you giving these monies to? Every day you want to lecture us on corruption. When we come to tell you, look at Western Cluster, you do nothing. Look at Asila Mito, you do nothing. We're not listening to your lecture anymore. No more. Never ever. Don't lecture us about corruption. And then when we expose it, you chastise us. That's what you did to us. Mr. Ambassador, I'm sorry to say, but you chastise us for fighting corruption. Yet you say you want to fight corruption. It's unfair. It's unfair. So that government is corrupt. It is. So leave us alone. Leave us alone. And I'm honest with you, you wronged us in the diaspora. You did us injustice. You did us wrong. By trying to chastise us for fighting corruption. It's unfair. And so, Mr. Ambassador, I'll tell you now, if a man cannot win Lofa, and he cannot win Bapuru, and he cannot win Cape Man, and he cannot win Bomi, he cannot win Bon, Nimba, Magibi, Paso, Riverses, and Monserrado, you need to inform Washington that it is a done deal. My brain people, when you see them quiet, Mr. Ambassador, it means they're ready. You want biometrics? It's not there. It's not there. Where you going to tell Mazina about biometric? What did Mazina know about biometric? If I die, you don't cry for me. You rejoice. The ambassador's statement touched me. You say you are ashamed. Ashamed? 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 How can you? Why do you think I don't talk about Western Cluster again? I thought the American ambassador would have said, look, you cannot take these people resources and not give them jobs. You spend over 200 million and you have not given the hospital even 1 million? No. But we never even heard from him. That a group of people will waive 14 million US dollars and show the him to America for 20 million. It makes sense? But he said nothing. He said nothing. Pastor Nimba and Boom, they wept the 7 million. He said nothing. Bomi came back Bapolu, they wept our 5 million. He said nothing. Then you say you are ashamed of us? Every day. Look at USAID. They just stole a hell of a money from USAID recently. And you are concerned about those people stealing 50 and 100,000. But people are stealing millions from us. And it hurts. And we go to talk. And you just look at us and say, you are ashamed of us? How? Why are you ashamed of us? Because you're silent and we are speaking out? And that our action is despicable? No. It's applaudable. It's laudable. And it's accepted by the victims. Because if they speak, they will be killed. And yes, you are right. They sit behind the First Amendment right here. Because if they exercise Article 15 there, they will be executed and you will say nothing.
Never